welcome to my video. In this video I'm going to be talking about Hyprland a little bit, and the more I use Hyprland, the more I like it, and I think it works really well. I have used it in the past. I have no complaints about this desktop, though I still do like Cinnamon desktop probably the best for a desktop environment. But when it comes to like a window manager, I like Hyprland, and I also use it in floating mode. But I do have a key binding to tile things if I want to tile things. Like, let's say, if I want to tile things, if I put super key T, if I open up another window, I can tile things like that, and I also can move the object like so. Yeah, it works good. I like the animation too. It's just smooth, and it's just give you really full control over your desktop. I like this better than GNOME. I basically customize my waybar, and I theme it up kind of like Groovebox, or try to do my best to theme it up. This is all custom, so not really like a professional ricer. I used to be a better ricer back in the early days. I used to even rice TWM back in the day. But yeah, it's just a little video. I just want to, while I'm waiting for Wayland to get like Wayland, well, that too, but Cinnamon, full Wayland support, like stable, like every feature works. I will definitely be using I'll probably use Cinnamon for my gaming PC. Right now, I'm using Hyprland for all my computers. I have 3 Arch computers, a mini PC. I have a desktop Arch that's just pure. I actually have 2 desktops that are pure. They're all Arch Linux. And I also game on Linux. I don't game on Windows. I don't use Windows. I do have a Mac Mini M4, which I do use once in a while. But for the most part, I am a Arch Linux, pure Arch Linux user, OG Arch Linux user, by the way, because I'm pretty old school. I've been using Arch Linux for a very long time. I even made a freaking distro spin back in the day for Arch Linux. That's when they didn't have an installer script. So I basically made this distro that actually installs it for you. I had like a dialogue sort of setup thing. It's pretty cool. It's a lot. It was all done in shell script, and yeah, I should have done it in a program language, but I choose to do it in Bash shell script. Oh well. That was pretty fun though. It's a good learning experience. But I actually stopped the project in 2015. So if you look at like distros of Arch Linux in 2015, you'll see Tuxat Linux, which is the name of my YouTube channel, which I still keep. I don't know. I just always use Tuxat. Tuxat was actually my IRC name on IRC on Freenode. Yeah. I like Hyprland. I use like sway lock to lock my screen. I just have its default, which is black, which when I lock the screen is just pure black. And yeah, it's really keep it simple. I don't like anything too fancy. I have row 5 or Rofi. I don't know how you pronounce that, but I have that set up as well. It's very Groovebox style looking system. People ask me on Porn how to get the it transparent like blur effect. I basically gave them my settings, and they're like, "How does it make it? How do you blur it?" I'm like, "It's probably just Hyprland. I don't know. That's what I have in my config file for Kitty terminal." So yeah, um, it's a very cool desktop environment, or it's not really desktop. It's a compositor. It's a Wayland compositor, but even Fast Fetch, it calls it a Windows Manager. It is a Windows Manager. I've been playing around with LabWC as well. I was using my old OpenBox configuration, and it's kind of fun. I was changing it. I'm also doing a Groovebox sort of theme to it as well. I like the color palette of Groovebox. I have the color palette, so I just basically, use my imagination and kind of just theme it up with those colors. And yeah, it's not really that difficult, but it does take time to write. Sometimes I'm tired after work. Actually, sometimes I like to just write. You know what I mean? It keeps my mind off of things, and I like to really just make my desktop. But I tried, like me, I'm not like most people. Like a lot of people, they use a lot of these software to make it really cool. Me, I just keep it simple. I use Waybar. I use all the Sway tools. I use Sway notifications, Sway lock, and Sway background. So everything I use for that is all Sway. So my notifications is also done by Sway. My background is being done by Sway, and my lock screen is being done by Sway. And it's pretty cool. I like Sway. I just don't use the window manager, but I do like Hyprland. I like Hyprland a lot, but Sway has a lot of good tools, which I use, and it works pretty well in Hyprland. Also, XFCE screen shooter also works in Wayland, so that's pretty cool. It works on Hyprland. It works in WC as well. I'm guessing the latest screenshot tool by XFCE4 works pretty well. The only thing I don't have is the clipboard. But what I do, I just load up in an image program, and I just copy it and I paste it to wherever I want to show the screenshot of the desktop, or a screenshot of me playing a game or something, and I just want to take a screenshot. It's just a screenshot tool. It works really well. So XSE4 tool works pretty good. It's a GUI program, so it works actually. I'm surprised because you can't use Spectacle or GNOME screenshot program as well. It doesn't work inside of Hyprland, but the XFCE4 screen shooter, which I always use anyways, even though if I don't use XFCE4, I use a lot of the tools that XFCE4 has, and yeah. But I do quite like LabWC as well. It's very much like OpenBox, and I've been playing around that too. So I'll probably do a video in the future on that, as I think I mentioned it in my videos in the past that I would, play around with LabWC and Hyprland. Anyways, here's me playing. I dab around with Hyprland before in the past. I actually made videos on this channel in the past, so I just basically, it's the same configuration. I just rethemed the colors and basically redone the key bindings because I switched up some different applications, and I just overall polished it up, cleaned up my configuration files, and if I know people are gonna ask for wallpaper and dots, please don't ask me for me. I know people are gonna ask me in the comments. They don't comment anything about what I'm talking about in my video. They just comment about my configuration. Honestly, just take the Groovebox palette and do it yourself. Find a configuration that you like and basically use it as your like your template, and basically just reconfigure it to your liking that works for you. And yeah, I basically took this configuration from someone, I don't know where, but I really revamped the whole thing. Like all of it. Like the color scheme. Like I kept the layout pretty much, but everything else is all my configuration. All the icons that I choose from workspaces. I basically set up very much for me, and this little padlock will lock the screen with sway lock. This padlock will exit out. On the padlock, it's the power button. Then I got system tray, my RAM, my CPU usage, my microphone, my sound, and my local IP, clock, date, workspaces, which these icons indicates what I use for workspaces. When you see like the way I set it up, when you see orange, it means that I have applications loaded in these workspaces. I'm just not in there. When I'm in the workspace, it's this green color, and when there's no application, or you're not in there, or not in there at all, it'll just be like a faded white, or it's like a faded sort of beige kind of white, like this color here. I'm using KDE cursors, white, breeze white. That's basically what it is. I like it. And yeah, this is the 2-on or whatever music box program, which works pretty good. You can just, yeah, that don't look too good. Oh. That plays it. I don't want to play the music. That will. What the freak? Anyways, there goes my audio. It's right there. I also am using the SFS or SFW or no wait. Yeah. SFW bar for LabWC instead of WayBar. I could use WayBar, but I'm using that instead. I will basically do a video on LabWC. I did a little rice with it as well, but it's nowhere near complete. My Hyprland looks a lot better, and I'm quite happy with it. It actually really goes well with Arch Linux. It works really good. You know, it takes like I'm running Final Fantasy 14 as well on Arch Linux, and I'm using Hyprland as the desktop for it, or the Windows Compositor, or Window Manager, or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, yeah, Hyprland, really awesome. I think anybody that's looking for a good Wayland desktop, I would definitely check out Hyprland. Very good stuff. It's pretty stable too, and I like the way, like, for some reason I like the floating mode of Hyprland. I know a lot of people like it for tiling, but I like it for floating mode, and I like to have the full control over your window box. It's kind of like CWM and MCWM. It reminds me a lot like that. Like the way I have it set up, it reminds me, like, I used to use a lot of MCWM on FreeBSD because I used to love that. Use that system a lot. Oh, the good old days. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sure if anybody remember MCWM, but that was a pretty good window manager, and I use it a lot. It wasn't tiling; it was actually a stacking desktop. It was floating stacking desktop, kind of like how I set up Hyprland. Anyways, I could tile too, like I showed earlier. So yeah. Anyways, just another video. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.